Hey there, Carrie Clark here with Speech and Language Kids, and today we are going to talk about sequencing skills. So, sequencing is when a child is able to put steps in order and tell you about them. This is a very complex language skill because it requires a lot of different parts of the brain to work together. You have to understand the task, you have to be able to break it down into steps. You have to know what order the steps go in, and then you have to have the language skills to spit it back out. So we can work on this skill by breaking it down into step-by-step pieces. So the first step is just going to be to sequence 2 steps. Now, I have a bunch of sequencing cards on my website over at speechandlanguagekids.com, and those are free if you want to download those. And these are 2 of them. So you can see here I have putting on socks and putting on shoes. So I could say, when we are putting on our shoes, which one goes first? Do we put on our socks first, or do we put on our shoes first? And we can say, oh, we put on the socks, so we put them in order, this one and then this one, and we have it sequenced. So we're just having the child arrange them in the correct order, and we're talking about the concepts of before and after, or first and last. They really need to understand that before and after before you can work on the rest of sequencing. So if you are working on this step for a while and you're just not making any progress, it might benefit you to work on some other skills and come back to this one once their cognitive and language skills are a little more advanced. But that's the first step, sequence 2 steps. The third step then is going to be add in a third step. So you want them to rearrange 3 steps to a familiar event, like putting on their shoes, something that they're used to doing. So for this one, I have putting on socks. Sorry, it's backwards for you guys. Putting on socks, putting on shoes, tying shoes. Okay, so there's the 3 steps. Now, if you're working with a child who doesn't tie their own shoes, this is probably not the best one to choose. You could choose a different one. We have a bunch. But you're going to give them these 3 steps. You can talk about it first. Say, first we do this, then we do this, not last we do that. And then you're going to mix them up and see if they can put them in the right order. So we're just having them rearrange them for common activities that they are familiar with. Okay, that's step 2. Step 3 then is we want them to do the same thing, put them in order for 3 steps, but then also be able to tell you about it. So now we're adding in that language piece where we expect them to be able to create sentences. So we put the steps in order with them, or they do it themselves, and then we say, okay, I want you to tell me what's happening. We can help them by reminding them to use words like first, next, and last, because those are our time order words that will help us show when things happen. So that's step 4, sequencing 3 steps. Step 3, ordering 3 steps and retelling them with the picture cues. Now, these steps might take a while to move through. So don't feel like you're doing all 5 steps in one session. You would be working at one level until they have mastered that level, maybe for weeks, and then moving on to the next level. Step 4 then is to sequence 3 steps without pictures. So now we're putting the pictures away and we're saying, okay, tell me the 3 steps you take to brushing your teeth every day. Tell me the 3 steps you take to making a bowl of cereal, and have them give you 3 steps, first, then last. Okay? If they are struggling with that, you can continue to use pictures, but hide the pictures. So you can maybe have them put the pictures in order and then turn them over and see if they can remember and say it. And then you can gradually fade out the pictures. So that's step 4. Step 5 then is just to increase the number of steps. So for this one, we have a before picture where there's no shoes and socks. So obviously that one's going to go at the beginning. And we have an after picture where shoes and socks are on and it's done. So that would be at the end. So you would increase to 4 or 5 steps and see if they can do the same thing. Put them in order, tell you what's happening, and then maybe doing that without the pictures. So saying, tell me all of the steps to brushing your teeth, or tell me all of the steps of what you did at recess today, and having them walk you through multiple steps. Okay, that's what we have. If you would like some more resources, we have tons of stuff on sequencing, including the free sequencing cards. Over at speechandlanguagekids.com, you should be able to click the link below this video, and that will take you over there. All right, thanks so much, and we'll see you on tomorrow's video.